Hi everybody, Giancarlo here, and I would like to share a strange issue I am having with my Sennheiser Profile Wireless. But first, let me say, I am very impressed by the Profile Wireless. It has an ingenious design, is super versatile, features 32-bit float internal recording, and of course has this Sennheiser sound quality that makes you go, it just sounds so good. There is so many reasons I'm excited about the Profile Wireless. For my day-to-day work, having has a backup system with a thread locking lavalier really makes a difference. It is a true nightmare when a lavalier gets disconnected and you don't have a dedicated person, which in my case is usually just as a one-man show running the shoot. So, my unit worked wonderfully. Nice wireless transmission, great integration with my Portacapture X8, beautiful sound until I hook up a lav mic. Then I get this noise. You can hear the noise. When using just the mic transmitter, the sound is crisp. There is no noise. Here is an untreated audio example. This is the Sennheiser Profile Wireless. The sound is from the microphone/transmitter. There is no noise. When I connect the Lavalier ME 2, you can hear the noise. I have to clarify that I am using the latest ME 2. This version is RF shielded and is recommended by Sennheiser to be used with the Profile Wireless system. I even test a different brand and the results are even worse. Please listen. If I put my fingers on the side of the transmitter, the noise is mitigated, but it doesn't disappear. And that happened for both microphones. Since I was very intrigued, I tested the transmitter with my Sennheiser ME 600. And of course, it sounds amazing. And there was no noise. And now you're listening to the ME 600. There is no noise. Totally clear. While trying to understand what was happening, I used a TRS extension cord. The situation got even more confusing because the audible noise using the ME 2 was almost gone. Even with the coil here, there's basically no noise on the unit. Keep in mind that the extension cable is rolled up, which is not ideal for avoiding interference. And that TRS extension is definitely not a XLR shielded balance cable by any means. I tested the other brand too, and even though the noise was still there, it was mitigated significantly compared to connecting the lavalier directly to the transmitter. There's a little bit of noise, but it's definitely not as strong as when you connect the lavalier directly to the microphone. My head is spinning at this point, so I test those lavaliers directly on the Portacapture, and they sound perfectly clear. Here is an audio. So now I'm testing the Sennheiser ME 2 lavalier microphone straight into my Portacapture X8, and there's no interference. This is the other brand lavalier connected to the Portacapture, and there's no noise. I know testing those mics with the Portacapture is not a perfect test, since there is no RF interference like there is with the Sennheiser Profile Wireless. But I wanted to be sure the mics were in good condition. They should be, since they were brand new. At this point, I'm not going to lie, I was very bummed out. I truly love the Profile Wireless. The delicious sound, the versatility, the beautiful design, that utility bar that holds the key elements of the system. But since one of my main goals is to be able to lab people and not being able to do that, I have to say it was a struggle. I know I could use the little magnets to hide the lightweight microphones that comes with the Profile Wireless. But of course, it's not the same as using a proper lavalier. So I did one more test. I used the Talkstar SCG 600 to see if there was some sort of interference or connection problem. Even though I don't have definitive results, I found something interesting. Just let's listen. And depends of the movement, you can hear the noise or not. If I hold my finger on top of the connector, the jack connector, kind of stop. So maybe it's a ground issue. As you notice, if I press down on the 3.5mm jack, the noise is gone. So maybe the problem is actually the port on the transmitter units. But who knows? It could be RF interference too. I'm honestly not sure. By the way, I did update the firmware, but the problem remains. So at this point, I am sending this unit back and I will reorder another one. I'm hoping this is just an isolated case and the new unit won't have this issue. Have you run into anything like this with your Profile Wireless? If you have experienced this noise or interference or found a workaround, please drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And hey, if anybody from the Sennheiser team is watching, I'm a really huge fan of the Profile Wireless, but I would love to know if this is a known issue or is there a fix I'm missing? I don't know. I'm really rooting for this gear to work. I will keep you posted and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.